onto YouTube. I don't know what's going on. For some reason, I'm not on YouTube, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is what it is, right? So, yeah, Mum pulled it out from under the eaglet. Is that right, Kelly? So here you get some more comments, okay? So we're getting some more comments now. So obviously some of you have been watching this in detail, know a lot more than me because I was preparing the stream, right? Okay, the eaglet tried to care and yeah. You know, I think it was a complete accident, very special. I really think it was, it's just it's a very tragic one. Last night I saw David Hancock and, well, he said to me that the crow, the little crow could fledge within 5 to 6 days. And I thought, wow, these are going to be very tough 5 to 6 days. So it probably died through a complete accident, which is really a pity. Well, yes, here someone says here, if you can play it back. Yes, of course I can play it back. Okay, let me try and do this quickly for you. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and play it back. In the meantime, just hang on. Okay, so this is from my desktop. So this is when it was still alive. Okay, so this is not a live view, just that you know. This is a preview. This must have happened about, that's 3 hours 54 minutes, okay? Everything was fine. Everything was fine. I'm just spooling now. Everything was fine 2 hours 57 minutes ago. I'm going to spool forward now. Then 2 hours ago. I can't see what's going on there. 1 second. You know, the crow must have already been quite weak because I think that is correct. It looked like there it's still fine. Look at that. It's still fine. So that was 1 hour 55 minutes ago. Okay, it was still fine. You're absolutely right. So everything was fine there. And that's where I was preparing my live stream. And then I can't see anything on this camera, at least. And here, I think this is what you were saying, that Quebec is lying on the eaglet, which is, of course, completely accidental, right? It's completely accidental. So I'm not 100% sure, Danny and others, whether it was Mama. I can't really believe that Mama would have squashed him. I think the eaglet is more likely because it doesn't have the ability, yes, to understand that it has to be handled with care, right? Yeah, there it's still alive. That's 1:38. That's 1.5 hours ago. And then I can't see what's going on this camera. Maybe it's another camera, but I think you are right. The crow ended up under the mum and eaglet. Okay, so maybe it is both, Sylvie, right? Maybe it was both. Maybe you're right. So it could have been two. Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right. So that's the most likely scenario. Okay. So spooling back now. Yeah, there it's dead. I'm not going to show this too long, okay? Because yeah, that's what happened, okay? That's what happened, okay? So let's go back to the live view. Yeah, thanks for that input. Thanks for that input. Yeah, that's all correct. So anyway, as you could see, 1.5 hours ago it was fine. I was preparing everything, the live stream, getting as much information as possible. I wanted to get a crow expert in to talk about this, and just when I was preparing, and 2 minutes before I was going to go live, I had one look, and then I saw that it was dead. I turned down my stream. I didn't want to do anything anymore. I shut down everything. And then I thought about it a bit and I thought, you know, that's not right. I can't just run away from this. I have to, you know, well, I have to share this with you, right? It's the way things are, right? So here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Yes, she covered the crow body with nest material. Oh, wow, that's almost like burying it. More pleasant than being eaten alive. Well, that's also true, Kim. Well, here comes some optimistic things that, well, that's also true. I mean, it probably wasn't going to survive. As David Hancock said, it would need 5 days to fledge. I mean, they're incredibly fast at fledging, right? So if it had made it, it would have had to survive for 5 days, which is incredibly tough, right? I mean, imagine being, I mean, I can only imagine if I were in a lion's cage, right, with very hungry lion. That must be the equivalent that someone said, you survive for 5 days, these lions are very hungry. That's about the equivalent that I can think of, right? Wow. And I mean, this little one was certainly dancing there with huge raptors, and that's not easy, right? That's not easy. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah. But thanks. I'm seeing all your comments here. It's very nice to see that. Okay, we are live now also on. Okay, I'm just going to look quickly at YouTube. So we are live also on YouTube, which is great. So hi everyone also on YouTube. Carrie, Susan, and everybody else. Mark is also there. I'm live. Yes. I realize it now. Thank you very much, Ivano. So yes, it's very sad that it happened. Thanks, Mark, for taking over the moderation again. So I'm not going to make this too long. At least it wasn't. Juanita is saying at least it wasn't eaten to alive, and Susan North saying, but the mum was brooding it. Yes, those are all correct remarks. I can't believe that mum would do this, because I mean you've seen how incredibly careful they are, right? I mean, so it's more likely that Quebec actually suffocated it by complete accident. You know, that's just the way it went. Yeah. Dee says, love your page. Well, thank you very much. By the way, I just wanted to thank all of you. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your wonderful contributions, you know, the comments, the participation, and everything that you've done to make this live stream incredible. I will definitely go on with many more live streams, because it's been just so incredibly encouraging to do this. I especially wanted to thank those of you who had contributed. I got lots of donations yesterday. I'm going to go back today or tomorrow, and I'm going to go through these, and wherever possible I will try and get your email and send you a beautiful high-resolution picture, or even two, of some absolutely magnificent, stunning eagle pictures to cheer you up, which you can use for your own purpose. It's going to be a high resolution, one of the best images that appear in National Geographic. I want to say the same to Facebook. Those of you who've given me stars during this, you know, during the live broadcast, and I've just seen someone being very generous on the stars, I will do exactly the same. So I really appreciate that. Just trying to scroll back and find it, but I will find it later. I will definitely find it. So that's really a thank you. Thank you also, of course, to Sophia, who's been operating the cameras non-stop. That's a lot of stress, and everybody else who's been helping and giving comments here. Oh dear. Anyway, so. My Hummers are back. Bonnie says, my Hummers are back in huge numbers. Bonnie, I got to come and visit you. That's insane. Really, I'm serious, because, well, I can't visit you probably because the border's closed. But I would love to take close-up slow motions of. Betty, thank you so much also for sending stars. I really appreciate all these stars. I'm going to go through that later. So thanks a million, right? Thanks a million. That's so kind of you for contributing stars. So stars is a way that, you know, you can help get this channel, you know, paying for the running costs and so on. I really appreciate it, and that everything is fine. thumbs up is also fine. And I wanted to say it's big news now on Facebook. I think I've almost reached, or we have almost reached 160,000 followers. That is absolutely stunning. And on YouTube, we just crossed the 10,000 the 10,000 mark, which is insane. And you know what that means? That means that I can now offer you very nice t-shirts with beautiful eagles on and cups and so on from the Facebook page. So I think that's also great. So that's the positive side, really. That's the positive side. I mean, I love animals like you do, very much, right? And our heart goes out, and we've seen so many things happening with cameras, and there, you know, this is just the cycle of life, right? It happens all the time. It's only then suddenly where we focus only on one specific incident in wildlife that it really touches our hearts, and I think that is very good. I wish there were more people like you out there who would be touched and see the significance of the conservation of wildlife, because that's really what it's about. Then our planet wouldn't be in such a damn mess, really. It wouldn't be such a terrible mess. There wouldn't be such incredible, scrupulous destruction of our nature, which is happening all the time. So I know that you who are there are very much like-minded, and you have a lot of care and love for animals and wildlife. And that's why it's important to spread the news and to see that many more people think alike and appreciate it, instead of just focusing on all kinds of other things and forgetting what this whole planet really is about, right? And I always think the older I get, the more I appreciate it, and the more the more I love nature and wildlife. And it's just it's incredible that we can experience these things, whether it is beautiful or tragic. It is all part of life, and it becomes something really important that touches our hearts. Yeah. Lionheart says, would love to buy any products from you? Yes. What about those of you who are not in Facebook? I don't know. I could try and see if Facebook has a shop too, and make some beautiful things about wildlife from SassePhoto. I'll see if I can do that. That's a good question. So on YouTube I can do it, because YouTube only allows this type of thing if you reach 10,000, and I've just reached 10,000 followers, which is a big step. So now I'm allowed to do that. In Facebook, it's no problem, because we have 160,000 followers, and Facebook, by the way, has been incredibly supportive of this channel. I can tell you, they've personally contacted me, and they've been incredibly supportive of the things that are going on. They have protected SassePhoto in all the best ways. So that's all good. So they really value the contribution of wildlife that this channel is doing with your help. Okay, so that's all. That's all I wanted to say. Anyway, so I'm reading all your comments side by side here on YouTube and also Facebook. Let me just try one more time. I just wanted to show you what my studio looks like now before I go, but this time I will try not to get an echo in like I did yesterday. I know yesterday I did a little bit of mess there with the camera that I brought in, because the sound was on. So I'm going to probably mute the one microphone and just give me a moment. I'm going to try and do that again just before we go, and then I will see soon that I come with a new topic, a new live stream for you. There are many interesting topics ahead that are so incredibly rewarding that I'll see what I can do. So let me just bring in my camera so I can show you a little bit what things look like here. Let me see. FaceTime. Okay, Okay, I'm going to just mute my microphone so we don't have a double echo here. Okay, sorry about that. I just had, I'm sorry if I made you deaf. That was not my intention to make you deaf. But I think I got the microphone settings right now. So I just wanted to show you what my studio looks like, and this time we don't have an echo. So sorry about that short one. So this is what it looks like. Most important here is my Tim Hortons, which I got this morning from, that's my breakfast there. So I've been lining up things very quickly. By the way, here I have two screens, as you can see. I've got two screens. So that's the YouTube screen and the Facebook, so I can read your comments live. That's the camera looking at me. And that's the live screen. Okay, so I can see the preview. I can choose the different, you see I go down here and I can choose the different camera settings. So for example, I can switch here live between, I have a live feed. I have permission to get a live feed back there from, David Hancock. So I can live feed in here and change it directly. And here's the other one, so I can show you any changes that are going on. So there's a lot of technology here, as you can see in the studio. By the way, my studio sort of looks like this. I'm just going to walk out. Maybe the microphone settings won't be as loud, but I just wanted to show you that quickly. Anyway, I'm just going to expand this a bit more so you can see this a bit better. Wait a second. Not that one. Sorry, that's the wrong settings. Let me just do this one. There. Okay, I'm just going to show you that. So anyway, that's what my studio looks like. Lots of monitors and crazy things going on everywhere. And most of all important is I drink green tea here and water. That's all that's necessary when you do a live stream. I'll just show you. It's quite interesting from the other side. So maybe the microphone is going to be a bit soft, but I'm going to scream. So I'll try. Yeah, so you can see there's an absolutely big screen behind me, and this is a special type of illumination which gives you very good quality. You see these reflections are, and I can change this from green to blue. By the way, I can also make blue light. It depends on what you wear. Green screen is no good if you wear green clothes, and blue screen. So you change to blue screen, right? And yeah, and that's the basic setup, right? So anyway, I'm not going to bore you anymore with this. I just wanted to quickly bring in something different there, right? So okay, so that was live from SassePhoto Studio, and well, anyway, life goes on. And I just wanted to thank all of you for being part of it. Thanks for enjoying behind the screen. Yeah, are you using Telestream Wirecast? Yes, I am. I'm using Wirecast here. That's completely correct. It's the professional version of Wirecast. It's absolutely exquisite. It just makes your life so much easier, because if you have to monitor so many things, it's just quite important, So anyway, you can jump and do all kinds of things, right? So that's a little bit behind the scenes of what's going on in the technology. Nothing boring here, says Lionard. Thank you very much. By the way, I find, just for those who are technically minded, I find the Mac environment incredibly powerful for live streaming, right? It's just absolutely insane. The Mac is just super efficient. So although I use mainly Windows and so on usually, but when it comes to live streaming, it's all Mac. For those of you who are technically minded, that's just what I found. Okay. Yeah, I see all your comments. The nice thing is today I can see every single comment all over, right? And it's just so nice to share this, share wildlife with you. I mean, even the difficult moments like this, okay? So anyway, my friends, I think I'm gonna cut it off there. I will, by the way, I wanted to say, if you have any special wishes of wildlife that you would like to have featured, it can be a specific nest, it can be a guest, it can be a rehab center, whatever you may like, right? Let me know. Send me an email at sassephoto@gmail.com. I just have to see if I still have my... Yeah, here you go. That's sassephoto@gmail.com. I put my email there, so you can see it there. So just send me an email. Any ideas you have for live streams? I'm always interested to get biologists on board, people who care about the environment, conservationists, and so on. That's quite important. So just send me an email even if you think you have an interesting topic, or you know a photographer that likes to be interviewed. That makes the stream so interesting. So don't hesitate to send me an email. I read all the comments and emails. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. And on that note, I wanted to really wish you a very, very nice weekend. And I'll be back very soon with new topics. So again, thank you to everybody and all those who've also donated. I will be sending you some eagle images. And if you have donated, and just send me an email to SassePhoto@gmail.com. It makes it a lot easier for me to find things. I will have to hunt for your email or your contacts otherwise. But if you were so kind and donated something, I really I appreciate it a lot. So just send me an email and I'll send you something beautiful back in return. Okay, thank you so much and all the best. And wow, we had a wonderful time despite everything with this little crow. It made our day very special. Thank you.